Black Caps sneak home over England as Captain Kane stands tallest in Wellington. Back on track, thanks to a cracking captain's knock, New Zealand leapt into the box seat to face Australia in next week's 2020 Tri-Series cricket final, and ended their three-match losing streak with a 12-run win over England in Wellington on Tuesday night. The Black Caps batting needed a spark and Captain Kane Williamson stood tall to provide it, snapping out of a lean-patched bludgeon 72 off 46 balls to lead their imposing total of 196.5. It equalled their ground record from 2 years earlier against Pakistan and proved too much for England, still without injured skipper Owen Morgan, who managed 184.9 for a third straight defeat. Doid Malan, 59 off 40, blazed away at the end before spinner Mitchell Santner, 229, did his regular thing to entice a false stroke. Then Trent Boult charged in to skittle Chris Jordan and Liam Plunkett in successive deliveries to clinch it. Despite some fielding blemishes, the Black Caps were always ahead of the game. Playing a third match in 7 days, including a marathon Sunday of delays and trans-Tasman travel, England now have to wait till Sunday for a Hamilton rematch with their final hopes all but gone. The Black Caps meet high-flying Australia first in a Friday nighter in Auckland. Both skippers shrugged their shoulders at the toss, beside a frightening-looking drop-in pitch with half of it bereft of grass. Disease and Wellington's unusually warm summer were blamed for the lengthy barren patch, and stand-in England captain Joseph Buttler gladly offered it to his bowlers in the hope it would play tricks for the quicks. Instead of New Zealand's batsmen struggling, the visiting bowlers made harder work of it. The pitch behaved itself and England's strong pace attack, with Markwood and Plunkett back in the side, missed their lengths and were either too full, short, or straight. Debutants Mark Chapman and Tim Seifert were picked to add batting punch, and they did late with 2 sixes apiece, after Williamson and Martin Guptill, 65 off 40, rolled them out a red carpet. A day earlier Williamson insisted he would continue playing all 3 formats for his country, despite a run drought in the shortest format and questions about the toll it was taking. This was his day. First ball he pushed and ran and would miss all 3 stumps with Williamson stranded, smiling ruefully. After a few sighters he morphed into Chris Lynn, swinging hard and sending 4 soaring into the crowd, including back-to-back sixes off wood, clubbed over the leg side. Guptill took a liking to Adil Rashid's leg spin, pitching into the dirt, and slog swept him for 3 sixes to get New Zealand rolling. When Seifert hit England's best bowler Jordan twice over the rope in the final over, New Zealand had a total way higher than they would have expected and a daunting target. They got there without Colin de Grenholm, whose effortless loft-to-drive first ball looked like 6, but was instead plucked out of the air by a brilliant one-handed Jordan grab. Boult's first ball, to Jason Roy, was the first to misbehave as the England opener raised the periscope to a short one that startled him. Roy's slump continued, after a false stroke to Tim Southee, but his opening partner Alex Hales got going and looked set to repeat his 80 off 42 balls of 5 years ago, when England won their only T20 at the ground. An unlikely source, Colin Munro, stemmed the run flow with his medium paces which they couldn't get away. After one miserly Munro over, Sodhi removed Hales, 47 off 24, with a short one. Then England were on the slide. That man Williamson, again, pounced in the field and his direct hit caught James Vince short, after a diving Santner had put down a tough one in the deep off Malin. He kept swinging but Butler was the big one. With the required rate climbing over 10, the skipper tried to go large but Southey circled and held on. It was New Zealand's game to lose.